So how often should you be posting on social media? So in this video, I want to share with you 3 key reasons why it's so important for your organic marketing strategy to attract clients to be posting every single day, maybe even multiple times a day across your social media platforms. So this is for you if you are a coach who's really wanting to attract clients through organic means. Maybe you don't have the ad spend right now. And also when it comes to having an ad spend, you often need to have a certain amount of asset behind you. For example, the resources of a list building system like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign, Aweber, that kind of thing that you don't often have in the early days of your business, or the lead magnet, you know, building that whole funnel and email sequence, all of those things you may not have in the early days. So right now the priority is, right, I want to attract clients through social media to really kind of get the wheels oiled on my coaching business. So if that's you, then I want to share with you, and you may have some resistance around showing up consistently and every single day and multiple times. I want to share with you a couple of key points that hopefully will create a bit of a cognitive shift for you. So you think, okay, I get it. I see this is important. Because I remember in the early days for me, I had a lot of resistance about consistently showing up daily, thinking I'm a bit too much, or I'm annoying, and all of this kind of thing. And I had to really push through that. And once I did, and I was showing up consistently, then my business started to really take off. Things started to happen and I was creating momentum, and that's when things really started to thrive. So the one thing I just want to add in here, I'm just going to insert this very quickly. You do see ads where people are shouting at you, you know, stop posting on social media. You don't need to be posting all the time on social media. Those people have an ad spend, because by virtue of you seeing the paid ad, they have that budget to spend. And they may be teaching that now, but I can bet you, and I've checked them out, that in the early days of their business, whatever they were doing, they were showing up and being visible consistently or through organic means, whether that was posting on social media, showing up, writing articles, being on podcasts, getting interviewed. So there was a time where they were really showing up consistently and not just sort of putting money behind paid ads. So the first reason why it's so important to be really consistent in your content creation and your visibility and posting every day came from this book. So this is They Ask You Answer. It's a really great book on inbound marketing by Marcus Sheridan. And in the book, he cites some research and sort of explains that we're in an information age, right? And so as a result of this explosion of information, consumer buying habits have changed, and in particular the fact that the line between marketing and sales have completely blurred. So what that means is, because we all as consumers, we consume information before we make a buying decision now. So before we even contact the company to talk about their product or service, or go into a shop to actually purchase it, we'll consume the content about it. We'll do our research. Now, this is really important to know, because, and the statistic here is that 70% of our buying decision is already made before we contact the company to talk about the product or sale. 70% of the buying decision is already made. Now, this is a really important statistic, because what it means is that you must be putting your stuff out there, because people are doing their research. They may be looking for who's the best coach to help me achieve results. So, you know, how can I achieve these specific outcomes for myself? And as they're doing that research, or they're starting to see you in their feed answering their questions, then you're going to be front and center. So they need to consume that information before they make a buying decision. So that's really important. And also that statistic of 70%, it's across the board. It's not industry specific or geography specific or size of business specific. It is across the board. So when somebody is deciding to hire you as a coach, they're going to consume your content first. That's how they're going to find you in the first place. So that's really important. That's key point number 1. The second point is I guess steeped in evolutionary psychology, and this is based on the law of familiarity. And what this states is that we prefer, and we're more drawn to and attracted to, that which is familiar. And so by knowing this, it's so important that you become familiar to your audience. That this means showing up in their feed consistently, getting your message out there consistently, so they start to associate your message with your face, your voice, how you make people feel, the information you're providing, the answers you're given, how helpful and contributive you are in their feed. So and your general energy, your personality. So all of that, as you're showing up consistently in their feed, sharing your message, that will breed that powerful familiarity. So people aren't always ready to buy immediately, but when they are ready, you will be front and center of their mind, because they know that you are not some fly-by-night, here today, gone tomorrow, that you're here to stay, you're showing up consistently, you're sharing a powerful message, you're adding value, and therefore when the time is right, they'll know you're the credible solution to help them solve their problem. The third thing is kind of about yourself, really, and there is a lot of fear. Obviously, there's natural fear when it comes to being visible. There's also all the additional layers that we've accumulated throughout our lifetime that builds on fear of visibility, fear of using our voices, fear of showing up, the fear of judgment, rejection, criticism. All of that is very, very powerful. But when you can start to put one foot in front of the other and continuously show up and share your message and push through that resistance, you start to build a habit. It gets easier and easier and easier. You begin to enjoy yourself, believe it or not. But you start to create this momentum for yourself, not only internally, that's building your confidence and honing your message all the time, and just really helping you to feel really proud of yourself because you've pushed through that resistance, but also it's energetically building that momentum that will generate the results for you, which means more clients, more income, and growing your business. So that's like 3 key points that I want to share with you today, just to help support you to really start to show up, take that consistent action, and trust yourself that this is a really important part of growing your coaching business successfully. So guys, I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you all again soon.